always thought my grandmother's clock was broken, its hands frozen at 3:15 for as long as I could remember. It was a relic from a time I had only heard about in stories, sitting in the corner of my room, a silent observer of my life. I didn't pay much attention to it until the day it chimed at the exact moment a chill ran down my spine, the realization dawning on me that I hadn't been truly alone in my room for months. The realization came as I was sifting through old journals, searching for inspiration for my writing. A whisper, barely audible, seemed to echo my thoughts, mirroring my anxiety and fears. It was subtle at first, a nagging feeling that I couldn't shake off. I blamed it on the isolation, the long nights spent in front of my computer, but deep down, I knew it was something more. The whispers grew louder, evolving into a cacophony of voices, each one distinct yet eerily familiar. I caught glimpses of movement in the corner of my eye, shadows that danced just out of reach. Every attempt to confront them was met with silence, the room returning to its usual semblance of normalcy. I documented each occurrence, hoping to rationalize what I was experiencing. The clock remained stuck at 3:15, reinforcing the illusion of time standing still, trapped in a loop that mirrored my growing paranoia. I began to question my sanity, wondering if the isolation had taken a toll on my mind. But then, on a particularly suffocating night, the whispers erupted into a scream, and the clock's hands moved, marking the passage of time with a thunderous chime. The sound reverberated through the room, and suddenly, I felt a presence, a cold breath on my neck, a hand brushing against my shoulder. I turned, heart pounding, to find my grandmother's journal open on my desk, pages fluttering as if caught in an invisible breeze. I reached out, compelled to touch the worn pages, only to find them blank, save for a single line etched into the paper: "You are not alone." The room seemed to close in on me, the shadows coalescing into forms that bore the faces of those I had lost. My grandmother stood among them, her expression a mixture of sorrow and urgency. In that moment, the clock struck again, its chime resonating with a finality that sent shivers down my spine. The faces faded, leaving me alone with the overwhelming silence. I realized then that the clock had been a conduit, a bridge between worlds, and by acknowledging its chime, I had opened a door I could not close. The whispers had not been a figment of my imagination but a warning, a plea from the other side. Now, as the clock ticks on, I am left with the unsettling truth that I am never truly alone, and that the boundary between our worlds is far more fragile than I ever dared to imagine.